Are you ready to be empowered with hope, faith, and confidence to believe in yourself, to overcome your fears and battle through every challenge and bully you face, both real and in your mind? Are you ready to learn life-changing strategies on how to develop the right mindset and positive mental attitude to courageously stand out in the crowd and be who you were born to be? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Building Warrior Confidence Podcast. Greetings and welcome to another uplifting, life-changing episode of the Building Warrior Confidence Podcast. Well, how are we doing today? Well, hopefully you're having a great day and this episode's going to make it even better. Well, maybe you're not having a great day and this episode is exactly what you need to turn your day around. Well, either way, I'm extremely blessed and very grateful you're tuning in. Master Rich Grogan, your host, and I am grateful for your time today. And I promise I'm going to do everything I can to give you everything I got to make our time together empowering, valuable, enjoyable, and, of course, educational. So today's show, well, I'm going to tease you a little bit. Let me ask you this question. What is your worth? What is your worth? Do you ever wonder? Do you ever question your value, your true value? Because oftentimes, well, I know I have before, and oftentimes many of us do. We wonder, what are we worth? What's our value? Let me ask you this. Do you ever question the value of a $100 bill? No. Everybody knows a $100 bill is worth $100. And what can you do with that? Well, you can buy, its value is $100. It's worth $100. You can buy $100 worth of something, whatever that may be, right? Yeah. We don't question the value and the worth of a $100 bill, which is basically just a green piece of paper with a number printing on it. Like, oh, it's a $100 bill, man. It's more than just a green piece of paper. Right. Well, in retrospect to everything else, to your worth, your value, it's nothing but a green piece of paper. But yet, we often question our worth, question our value. Why do we do that? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's dive into today's show and talk about it. Well, this is episode number 339, and the title is Unbreakable Worth, the $100 lesson on your true value. All right. So I teased you a little bit, and I asked you what's your value. Do you ever question what your value is, what your worth is? And then I also talked about, we don't ever ask the value or the worth of a $100 bill because we know it's printed right there on that green piece of paper, $100. Well, I recently did a YouTube video, or actually you can see me going through this, where I'm holding up a $100 bill. And I asked that very question. What's the worth of this? It's $100. Well, then I take the $100 bill and I crinkle it all up. So when you're done listening to this podcast, jump on over to the YouTube channel and check that out. It's at Warrior Confidence, all one word, WARRIORCONFIDENCE, at Warrior Confidence, all one word there, like I said. And check it out. You can see the visual of it. But right now, while you're listening, I want you to visualize this in your mind. I've taken that $100 bill. Fresh, crisp, clean $100 bill. Brand new. No wrinkles, no scars, nothing. Crisp and clean. Can you visualize it? You picture it? All right, now, picture me taking that $100 bill and crinkling it up in my hands. Crinkling it, squeezing it. Then I unroll it. Well, $100 bill doesn't look as crisp, doesn't look as clean, doesn't look like it did just a few seconds ago. But what's its worth? Well, its worth is still $100, right? $100. Absolutely. Well, what about this? Picture this. I crinkle it back up again. I throw it on the floor. I stomp all over it. Pick it back up. Now I'm yelling at it. You're worthless. You ain't even worth $1. You're not even worth a penny. You are a worthless green piece of paper. You're crinkled up. I wadded you up. I stepped on you. You're nothing. I unroll it. What's its worth? $100. Doesn't change. How about this? Crinkle it up, put it on the floor, stomp on it, bring it back up, and I spit on it. Puh! You're nothing. You're worthless. Now you're spit on, been degraded, you're gross, wrinkled up. You ain't worth $100. You ain't worth nothing. Unroll it, get the spit off. Gross. What's its worth? $100. All right, how about this? I've done all that. I've wrinkled it up. I've stepped on it. I've spit on it. I've cursed it. I've told it it's worthless. I told it how terrible it looks. Doesn't look crisp. Doesn't look clean. Looks all crumbled up. Nobody cares for it. How about this? I start tearing it now. Tear pieces in it. A little more, tear, tear. Now I just tear it in half. Tear it in half again. Tear it in half again. My gosh, I'm destroying this $100 bill. What's it worth now? Well, as long as I tape it back together, it's still worth $100. My point is, it doesn't matter what the heck I do to that $100 bill. I could spit on it, call it all kinds of names, crinkle it up, stomp on it, step on it, tear it to pieces. Its value doesn't change. Its worth doesn't change. It's still worth $100. They might be saying, okay, I get it, but what's your point? My point is, oftentimes in life, we are crinkled up, we are stepped on, stomped on, spit on, and maybe not physically spit on, but verbally spit on. We're told we're worthless, we ain't worth anything. People try and tell us, they may not say your value is nothing, but they're going to degrade us, try and make us feel bad, put us down. And, of course, that goes in our mind. We start feeling like we're worthless, like our value is not what it used to be, like our worth and who we are is not what it used to be. Getting a visual now? Getting a picture? Yeah. Now, hopefully that hasn't happened in a long time, but the bad thing is, let's go back to that $100 bill. Even though I'm able to tape it together and straighten it all out, those wrinkles, those scars, they never go away. And oftentimes the wrinkles or the scars in our mind, somebody maybe spitting on us physically or mentally, telling us we're worthless, we're dumb, we're stupid, we're fat, we're never going to amount to anything. Man, those scars are there, and they cut deep in our mind. Like weeds in our mental garden. You hear me talk about that all the time. They're in there. Sometimes they're hard to get over. Sometimes it's hard to get rid of. Especially, it may feel like it's healing, getting better, and then something happens, and you flash back in the past. And you start thinking, you know what? Somebody in third grade told me I was worthless. Somebody in high school told me I was worthless. And now somebody at work or my job or on social media tell me I'm worthless. You know what? Maybe they're right. No, they ain't right. They're just rude, mean, and disrespectful. They probably got their own problems, right? Yeah, hurt people hurt others. That's what they do. Healthy people don't do that nonsense. So the next question is, why are you listening to hurt people? Of course, it's easier said than done. I get that. I mean, I talk about all these things because I need to hear them myself. That's why I talk about them. And I used to think I couldn't. I was like, man, I can't talk about these things. And my mentor, Chris Widener, always reminded me, look, that's what, influencers, self-empowerment coaches, and self-confidence building coaches, that's what you do. You talk about the areas that you have struggled with in the past, and you've learned how to overcome them, or you're learning as you're learning. You're going to share that advice with others to help them overcome it. Because all of us at some point in time have felt like when I did that $100 bill, crinkled it up, stomped on it, stepped on it, we feel like the world is crinkling us up, throwing us down, stepping on us, stomping on us, spitting on us, telling us how worthless we are. Right? Yeah. And it could be tough. But just like with that $100 bill, we're able to tape that baby back together. We're able to straighten that baby back out. We're able to pick ourselves back up. Those scars are going to be there. That's where the work comes in to kind of help get those scars out. And how we do that is we have to start doing things that help remind us of how valuable we are and what our worth is. That means we got to do stuff for ourselves. That's why I always encourage self-education. Like listen to this podcast. That's incredible because we're planting positive seeds into your mental garden, reminding you, you are awesome, you are great, you are somebody, you are unique. You have a gift that nobody else will ever possess. You can do something that no one else can do at the level that you can do it at. Sometimes, though, we often get in the comparison trap. And Teddy Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. Meaning we start comparing ourselves to others. A $100 bill does not compare itself to a $1 bill. Why would it? $1 bill is worth $1. $100 bill knows its worth. Picture that in your mind. $100 bill, Ben Franklin yelling at George Washington, "Hey, you're only worth $1. I'm worth $100. I'm being goofy here, but you kind of get the point. But oftentimes we do that to ourselves. The way we bully ourselves and the way we crush our warrior confidence is that comparison game. That, like I said, that's a thief of joy. And you may in comparison, this is oftentimes what happens. You'll say, well, dang it, I'll never be as good as him or her, or, she's better looking, or he's got more talent, or he's a better athlete. He's more successful. Dang, I'll never be that good. Well, what are you doing? You're crushing yourself. Yeah, you're widening that $100 bill up. And then on the other side, you may be saying, well, it may not be as great as him, or it may not have that talent, may not be that successful, but at least I'm not as bad as this guy. Oh my gosh, look at that person. Well, now you're bullying on both sides. You're putting yourself down, saying you're never going to be as good as someone else. And then at the same time, you're lowering your standards because you're saying, well, at least I'm not that bad. So I guess, it isn't all bad. No, you're putting someone else down to try and make yourself feel better. And then you're putting yourself down because you think someone else is better. That's a no-win situation, right? No. There's an old saying, the moon doesn't compare itself to the sun, just as the sun doesn't compare itself to the moon. Why? Because they're different. They have different jobs. Yeah, I mean, the moon could say, man, everybody loves the sunlight. It's bright out. What about me? I'm just the moon. I come out at night. Well, you never know. The sun could be saying the same thing. The sun could say, dang, I'm out here and everybody complains about how hot it is. All I try and do is light things up. It could be cool like the moon. No, they don't do that, and neither should you. You've got a gift. The sun has a gift the moon will never have. The moon has a gift the sun will never have. You have a gift that I'll never have or anybody else will ever have. We got to focus on our gifts, our worth, our value, and not get caught up in the comparison trap of comparing ourselves to someone who, they're always going to be better than us when they use their unique gift. Just like we're always going to be better than everyone else when we utilize our unique gift. How's that? Man, not a good message? Yeah. Your unbreakable worth, the $100 bill lesson on your true value. Think about that. So this is the Friday weekend challenge, Feel Good Friday. So hopefully I make you feel good because you're priceless, by the way, in case you didn't get all that. There's no, your value and your worth is priceless. Because you're unique. You're 1 in 8 billion on this planet, and no one else has your gifts. No one else has what you have. No one else has your features, your height, your weight, your smile, your eyes, your ears, your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms, and your gift, most importantly. And yeah, we have a lot of similarities, but there's no one else that has your unique God-given talent. So instead of focusing on what you don't have, let's focus on what we do have and utilize that gift. And that's your challenge for the weekend. Your challenge for the weekend is to be careful anytime you start to say anything negative about yourself, anytime you start to compare yourself to someone else, or anytime you start to doubt your self-worth or your true value, catch yourself. Think of that $100 bill example. Plant that in your mental garden. Yeah, I wrinkled it up. I stepped on it. I stomped on it. I spit on it. I called it worthless, said it ain't worth nothing but $1. It didn't change. Its value didn't change. So if you have somebody this weekend try and steal your value, steal your worth, make you feel worthless, no, they ain't going to do that. Why? Because you're priceless. You're wonderful. You're a gift. And they're probably hurt in some way, shape, or form. Because remember, hurt people try and hurt others. Healthy people don't do that nonsense. And really, you want to take the opinion of someone who's hurt? Oh, man. If anything, feel sorry for that person. Why? Well, you just had to put up with their nonsense for a few seconds. They got to live with themselves the rest of their life. Wow. Maybe say a prayer for them. Now, easier said than done? Absolutely. Someone attacks you, you want to fight back. Now, if you're physically attacked, well, yeah, physically defend yourself. But mental attacks, and do your best to shrug it off. Let it go. Yes, it's easier said than done, but just like anything else, the more you work on it, the more you condition yourself to do it, the more you work on those perseverance muscles. And that was a podcast not too terribly long ago. And that's also a reminder to check out previous episodes when you're done with this one. And then, as always, if you found great value in this message, listen to it more than once, share it with your family, share it with your kids, and share it with someone else that boy, they could benefit from this. Why? Because ultimately the goal is to make our society a happier, healthier, and safer place to live. If we're able to empower others to feel good about themselves, my gosh, think about how much that's going to help out, when you have encounters with them. It's already a blessing. And, man, it's going to make their life so much better. And we're going to get rid of all the, hurt people hurt others. Well, let's have helpful people help others. And maybe somewhere along the line, that hurt person can get the help they need as well. Woo! So, are you up for the challenge? This Feel Good Friday do you good? I hope so. I really do. And then hopefully you'll take it to heart. And hopefully it'll plant a seed in your mental garden of something you'll remember. Because oftentimes, I always talk about the meanest, nastiest bully we'll ever face is the one we see in the mirror and hear in our mind. The one that picks apart, every flaw we have. Instead of looking in there and counting our blessings and counting the things we should be grateful for. And once again, I'm not perfect at this. That's why I'm talking about it. So I can hear it, and hopefully it can help you. Sound good? All right. So there's your challenge. Do you accept this challenge for the weekend? Your Feel Good Friday weekend challenge? Yeah. Know your true value. Know your true worth. And what is that true value, that true worth? You are priceless. You are a priceless gift from God. Yeah. So don't let anybody try and steal that gift. Don't let anybody try and tell you you're worthless, because you're not. You got to believe in you. So next time you look in that mirror and say, I am priceless. I am a unique gift from God. Especially on those days when you don't feel like it. That's when you got to bring it out, because what we focus on magnifies. We focus on all the flaws, all the negativity, get trapped in the comparison game. Oh, that's just going to bring us down. Stay upbeat, because you're priceless. Good. Well, as always, as I mentioned, make sure you subscribe. I love those 5-star reviews. That helps rate us higher in the search engine so other folks can find us. And then, of course, check out that YouTube channel. I'm telling you, 2 videos a week are going out, and plus some YouTube shorts and all kinds of other positive motivation and inspiration. A couple new videos that just launched. Am I good enough? That's a great question. That was a podcast I did not too long ago as well. And then Unstoppable Determination, kind of the small dog. I guess the gist of that is we've all heard the adage, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. That's what that's all about. Unstoppable grit and determination. And that's on our YouTube channel. Once again, it's Warrior Confidence. Or if you just go to Grogan's BullyProof, that'll get you there as well. And then, of course, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so on our website. Go there and fill out the little form there. You get a free PDF of the ABCs to become bully-proof for kids and parents. So you'll have a 2-sided copy, and also you'll get information on our new programs that are coming out. We've got 3 of them. The first one coming out, though, is we're going to have the BullyProof program. It's going to be an online program to help kids and adults and parents with the tools and the strategies and the techniques on how to become bully-proof. And once again, you have to put in the work. Nothing in life is easy and nothing is simple, and you have to put in the work to make it happen. But it's a lot of the strategies we talk about here on the show, but it's all condensed into one program. And then the other one that will be coming out a little later on, maybe a couple months after that, is for athletes. It's all about building warrior confidence in athletes. And that warrior confidence talking about is that belief, that unstoppable determination, that positive mental attitude on striving to unleash that inner warrior inside you, to dig deep inside yourself, to persevere and not give up when you're faced with challenges, struggles, fears, and bullies, but to be your very, very best and overcome that meanest, nastiest bully, that bully in our mind, to excel and succeed at your sport. And it's also about helping develop leaders. Athletes should be leaders. They shouldn't be bullies. So it's a big part of that. And then the third program, that won't be out until, 4 or 5 months from now. Got to get all of it finalized, but it's going to be for coaches and parents and leaders and entrepreneurs on how to defeat that bully in our mind and how to become our very, very best in order to empower others to become their very best as well. Good. So a lot of good stuff coming out. I always like to keep these Feel Good Fridays short and sweet and to the point. So as a reminder, you have unbreakable worth. You are a priceless gift from God, and that's the $100 lesson on your true value. All right, folks. Well, thank you so very much for listening. Thank you for your time today. I really, truly appreciate it. And, until we talk again, you get out there and do your best. I mean, your absolute very best at believing in yourself, becoming bully-proof, having those qualities of a champion, being the best parent, being the best leader, being the best athlete, being the best person you possibly can be. Sound good? All right. I love you. God loves you. Please share that love with the world, and I can't wait to chat with you again real soon. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks again for listening. Bye-bye. Thank you so very much for listening today. I am truly grateful. My goal is to empower millions of people with hope, faith, and confidence to believe in themselves in order to make our society a happier, healthier, and safer place to live. But I can't do it alone, so if you found value in this message, please share it with someone else who could benefit from it, and by subscribing and leaving a 5-star review. Be sure to pick up copies of my books for yourself and someone you care about at www.warriorconfidence.com. Also, remember to stay empowered throughout the week by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Facebook and Instagram pages at Warrior Confidence. Thank you again, and have a blessed day.